Okay, guys, welcome to this tutorial, first-time home buyer from beginner to specialist. This is going to be a packed full of absolute ton of value for you, real estate agents here in Ontario that want to either learn this stuff because you're brand new, learn how to help first-time home buyers, or make this your niche, become a specialist, which I will bring up a few times in this video. This tutorial is going to have three categories. And again, everything's always along the bottom of these videos. If you need to go straight to the incentives to learn that, that's okay. If you want the whole thing, which I suggest watching, watch it all because it's just going to be packed full of value. Understand the process of helping your first-time home buyers, learn all the first-time home buyer incentives here in Ontario, learn how to get your first-time home buyers or seller clients, which I touch on. So again, look to the bottom. If you happen to be a consumer watching this and you're getting your knowledge up or looking for an agent to buy your first home, fantastic stuff. I have stuff you can reach out to myself in the description below to book a meeting if need be. But let's just dive right into it. Introduction, there's two types of people watching this, kind of as mentioned. Look to the timestamps. If you're needing for more broad, if you are a person watching this right now, you're not going to specialize in first-time home buyers, but you are going to possibly help a few and you want to have the knowledge, right? I suggest a specialist. If you are brand new, start small, build your business, you will crush it. You are growing a small business, especially at the beginning, carve out your niche, become the first-time home buyer or slash seller, king or queen. You will know everything and can help. You will soon be telling all the entire world about your niche. Go all in because everybody wants to work with a specialist, right? The real estate agent that works with everyone will work with no one, right? Everybody wants to not only work with a specialist, but they want to refer specialists. For instance, your family and friends, if you tell them that you are a first-time homebuyer specialist, they will tell their friends that, if you know what I mean. People want to refer specialists. The real estate agent that tries to work with everyone will work with no one. There's a lot of real estate agents out there. Carve out your niche. Opportunity as well. Some established agents don't like working with first-time home buyers. We will get them all. Okay, category one, understand the process of helping your future first-time home buyers. Goal, find out their budget, right? Now start visualizing the situation, right? Ask them. If they don't know, you'll have to help them. This is first-time buyers. This is happening by finding out what their down payment they have, what are their jobs, how long have they been at them, and what will their closing costs be, right? This is stuff that you can kind of learn from them. Of course, mortgage agents will be around and they will help, but we learn this stuff at the beginning to kind of do our own little qualification. Step one, find minimum down payment required, right? We're going to go to a nice little rate hub calculator and start to play around with it. Find out the possibilities for your first time home buyers. This is a great fun tool to have in your pocket. And I want you to have the knowledge basically first before going over there. Because some people just punch it in, they don't really know it. It's a tiered system here in Ontario, meaning you'll have to put 5% down on the first 500 property or less, 10% on the amount between 500 and a million, and 20% minimum on any purchase over 1 million, right? And we'll do kind of this example here. We'll bring up this mortgage calculator. So, right, you'll put in your area, and let's say it was, for instance, let's go with like an $800,000 home, for instance, just for the sake of this, because it could be less, of course, as first-time home buyers. Know your area. We're going to talk about knowing your inventory in a second, and it will automatically populate everything for you, right? So what it did there was 5% on your first 500, of course, like mentioned, and then 10% on the amount between that. 25,000 plus 30,000 equals 55,000 at about 6.88% minimum down payment required, right? Great stuff to know. Of course, as it goes higher, it shows you all the way to 20%. And what it'll show you just below here is CMHC insurance, right? So if your client is putting down a down payment of under 20%, they will need CMHC insurance. This actually is not their insurance by any means. This protects the lender here in Ontario, right? So we don't have all kinds of crazy crashes happening. What I will say is you'll see all the way down here, it's nice not to have to pay CMHC insurance, but just get into the market. Look at the difference. If you don't have 160, but you have 55,000, this is a $105,000 difference. By the time you have saved up this and renting, right? The thing is just get into the market, right? If your clients ask that, of course, if they have the ability, if they're close, wait it out. You'll notice one thing as well. Once you get to 20%, you actually are allowed longer period mortgage. You aren't allowed it at under that. You have to be 25. So play around with this. It'll show a monthly mortgage payment, stuff like this. This is a fantastic little product to have, little tool in your pocket to help them get the job done. Okay. Step two, qualify for a mortgage and how much money they need to make to qualify for what. Eventually, you will find your first time home buyer specialist mortgage agent, right? Spend one morning. I always say this when it comes to getting your own third party professionals. Of course, you could reach out to anyone you end up joining the brokerage with and they can give them to you, and that's fine. But sometimes it's nice to get your own. Spend a morning, call five, get two, right? Compare the reviews. How awesome are they on the phone, right? See if they have your same passion. If you are a person watching this right now and you're going to be a first time homebuyer specialist, try to find that mortgage agent that has your passion as well for helping them. Few factors to consideration: credit report, debt, assets, the type of job or income, and the period of time at their current profession. The mortgage agent will take all this into consideration. Again, this is small stuff you have to do though, because you are qualifying a little bit your clients. You're talking to them, if you know what I mean. You're not officially doing any stuff, but you're talking to them because you're not wasting your time by any means, but you want to know where they are in the process. All we take consideration how much risk the potential borrowers can carry. This is rough, right? So this is by no means accurate, but it's good to know. Take their annual taxable income and times it by 4.5. It'll give you a good approximate loan amount. Example, if they make 110, right? So times it by 4.5. If their annual income together is 110 taxable, right? Just grab your calculator, times 4.5. They can get a mortgage, a potential mortgage, of course, just rough, of 495, right? Use these small things like this just to help you qualify them. And if they have down payment of 20% or more, multiply by 5.5. That'll be rare, but that'd be awesome if they do. Okay, step 3, closing process. You are now here to help, right? Everything I'm telling you is everything I wish people told me and stuff. The listing brokerage is offering a commission to first-time home buyers, and you already know this, but it's nice to remind them that you are here to help, right? If they're offering first-time homebuyer agents, I said that, but basically agents like yourself, 2% or above, which is 99% of the time, they never pay a dime. You come at no closing cost to them, right? You are here to help them. And if the rare scenario were to come up, a main scenario would be a for sale by owner not offering any commission to property agents. This is very rare. You would always talk to your first-time homebuyer clients first before they ever have to pay anything, and you would take this into account when you are making an offer. Short list of closing costs: legal fees, real estate lawyers, movers, movers and setting up utilities. That varies a little bit. Home inspection if needed, 500, 600. And the biggest is the bunch is the land transfer tax, right? And we'll talk about the incentives next, but let's basically head over and let's look at another tool. Next on the list is just the land transfer one. So you'll want to choose your area because in Toronto, it is a little different. Let's say we'll go with 550,000 or 550,000. And Kitchener, you'll see that our now land transfer tax, LTT, is 7,475, right? If I now head over to Toronto, we are looking at double, right? So stuff like that, you'll have to take consideration, play around with this again, and we'll come back around and talk about this when it comes to the incentives, the second portion of this video. But play around with this, keep your people on, or get them get them kind of motivated to a certain extent at this point. You're talking to them, right? Keep them motivated, keep them on a schedule. In 3 months, they could be moved into their very first home. This is very exciting times. Keep them knowledgeable, make sure they know everything. Let's get into the second category, right? Learn these incentives for your first-time home buyer clients. Goal: understand the incentives to possibly help your clients. They are all good for sure, but however, some can be complicated and overwhelming. They already have a lot on their minds. The first two are a must that I talk about, right? It is essentially free money, and if they don't know about them, they will be so grateful that you're here to help them. The second two are very good, but they will require savings, right? So some of your first-time home buyers you meet won't be quite ready, and that is okay. Think long term. You are in this industry for life. Help them plan to save, which you're going to be able to send them these the stuff they can do to save. You can send these lists to them of how to do this. Keep them motivated. The best thing about this is you are getting in front of them. You're staying in front of them. You will still be front of mind to them. They will still be following you on social media. They will still be on your weekly or email list, right? You've somehow reached out to them. I'm going to show you how to do that in category 3. And they will still possibly, during that time, they might even refer you to friends and family that might be first-time home buyers that are ready or a little bit ahead of them, if you know what I mean. Here they are quickly, and we'll go through them all. Provincial, municipal land transfer tax rebates, basically all of Ontario. That Toronto has the double, which we will see two rebates, but unfortunately two taxes. But it is one of the greatest cities in the entire world. So I guess they can charge more. First-time home buyers tax credit, fantastic, basically free money. Then we get into savings, first home savings account, which is amazing. They have this now. The home buyers plan, HBP, also known as the RRSP home buyers plan, right? This one was dropped, by the way, if you ever saw this one. And this happens, I'll probably have to redo this video, or even if this is a year from now and something else has been added or dropped, I'll always be like changing stuff and adding stuff in the pin post down below. Okay, but this is definitely up to date now. First, the provincial and municipal land transfer tax rebates. This is the main one, simplest. This will be the very happiest they'll be with because they don't have to do much. Land transfer tax rates are tiered tax rates, similar as before, and the home's purchase price. Anyone who buys a house, condominium, or land in Ontario is subject to provincial land transfer tax, which is due on closing date. Eligibility, 18 years old, never owned a home before anywhere in the world at any time, and their spouse must also have never owned a home at any time during the time they've been spouses. Okay, let's head back over to calculator just so I can show you basically that button, right? If it was this button, and let's say we'll start with Toronto because it's already in there. I'm a first-time home buyer. As you can see, you get 4,000 back and 4,075, I think, back. 4,475 back on the other one, right? So these are added up, and then you've minused, 4,000. So this is your total rebate here because we have a provincial and municipal in Toronto being the municipal. If we just go back to Kitchener, and basically this is everywhere else in Ontario, you'll see that it just has the one. And then you save 4,000 right away, just like that. Your land transfer tax dropped. Love that they have this. Fantastic. I remember when I bought my first house, it was a $350,000 house, and it was like gone. Whole thing gone, which was fantastic. It felt fantastic to know and to go. And like, I didn't actually know when I was getting it, and the real estate agent did, and it felt great. Okay, note when your clients are searching for a house, they have, of course, they will be meeting their mortgage broker this time, pre-approved. Everyone is accounting for these costs, right? So you're helping them now, but the mortgage agent as well is accounting for them as well as lawyers. Second, first-time homebuyers tax credit. Basically, the goal is this one's simple. Keep it simple. Let's save them $1,500 in taxes in the year they purchase their house, right? The HBTC allows them to claim $10,000 on their tax return. Tax credit is calculated to 15% of the claimed amount for a maximum of $1,500. Calculation right here, same thing. 10,000 times 15%, 1,500. Applying the tax credit, the 1,500 tax credit reduces the amount of federal income tax the couple owes. This is, and I'll do an example right after this. This is a non-refundable tax credit, meaning if they only reduce the tax they owe, they cannot create a refund from it. Some people didn't know that if the tax they owe is less or zero. Basically, here it is. Let's say it assumes a couple's combined annual tax of the year is 15,000. With the HBTC, they can reduce this by 1,500, making their payment 13.5. A nice little 1,500 saved right there. Free money. Right. They got to know about this. One person can claim the full amount, just so you know. If it's just you're dealing with one first-time home buyer, happens all the time. They can claim the full amount. But if it's two people buying together, they have to share the credit. But they can combine the claim, cannot exceed 10,000 or 1,500 tax credit. Just an example. Everyone's situation is a little bit different, right? This is kind of roughly based on, them paying 15,000 a year. Just to give you an example of how that works. I like to see those things too when I'm explaining stuff. I always love using examples. Okay. The first home savings account, right? This is fantastic. They have this. And again, now you're getting into savings. They might already be ready to rock and roll, but if they're not, you can tell them about this stuff. It combines the both RSPs and the tax-free savings account. A bit of both combined. Basically, how it works, we're into savings. Eligibility, 18 years or older. They must be a first-time home buyer, meaning they haven't owned a home in the current calendar year or the preceding 4 years in this case, right? The annual contribution limit is 8,000 with a lifetime limit of 40,000, right? Unused contribution room can be carried forward into the future years, but only up to a maximum of 8,000 per year, right? Contributions to the FHSA are tax deductible, similar to an RRSP, meaning they can reduce your taxable income for the year in which you contribute. Again, we're going to get into some examples mentioned. You can grow tax-free, right? Just the same as the TSFA on your interest. Any interest, dividends, or capital gains earned within the account are not taxed as long as they remain in the account. Withdrawals to purchase your first-time homebuyer are tax-free, provided they meet the qualifying conditions. The withdrawal must be used to buy or build a home in Canada. You must intend to occupy the home as your principal residence with 1 year of purchase. Within 1 year of purchase. Note, they don't use the funds to purchase a home. They can transfer them to their RSPs or RRIFs without affecting their RSP contribution room. Of course, they can withdraw them, and it will be taxable if they they do withdraw. Here's a good example, right? If they're saving, let's say they're 30 years old and they're contributing a maximum of 8,000 per year for 5 years, right? I know that seems crazy. You're like, you're helping someone as a first-time home buyer now, and they might not even be ready for 5 years. Of course, hopefully sooner, but this is the long game. And again, they're staying front of mind. They're referring you. Everyone's a potential client lifelong is how this snowball happens. It's how in 5 years from now, these pay off, that pays off, everything pays off, and it just gets crazy. And your prospecting goes from 7 hours a day to an hour and a half a day because you just don't have time. Tax deduction. If their marginal tax rate, look, they save on their tax rate was 30%, let's say, they would save, let's say, 8,000 times 30%, 2,400 in taxes each year for a total of those 5 years of 12,000. This is just a good example of how much you're saving with this thing. Growth, assuming the average just 5%. Let's just keep it conservative, 5%. It would be 4,600 after 5 years. Withdrawal for home purchase, when they withdraw the funds to purchase their home, the 46,000 can be used tax-free towards the purchase, providing significant financial support. They saved on their annual tax. Their investment grew. And now that entire amount, if used to purchase a first home, is tax-free. Amazing, amazing incentive to start to planning towards if they can today, right? Fourth, home buyers plan, or the RSP home buyers plan, most likely known as. If they don't have any current RSPs, let's just skip this one. Don't overwhelm anyone. This allows qualified first-time home buyers to withdraw up to 35,000 tax-free from their RSP, and if it's themselves and their spouse, they can double it, so 70,000 between the two. Similar criteria as above, who's eligible. Example: once they have an accepted offer on the property, they will fill out the T1036 form and contact their bank or banks about withdrawing their RSP funds. After withdrawal has been made, their financial institution will send them confirmation of how much they withdrew, and they will be in good communication with their real estate lawyers about plans of payment who handle that repayment. Repayment of the RSP will begin the second year after they make the withdrawal. The annual payment required is 1/15 the original withdrawal, as they have 15 years to pay it back. Note, if they don't make the annual payments after the 2 years, it will be included as taxable income on the year's tax return. Again, have them talk to their tax agent, right? Make sure they know what's going on if they choose this one. I'll quickly mention this, and again, I don't want to overwhelm our first-time home buyers because not everyone is doing massive renos by any means, but there are some renovation rebates. This is for substantial housing rebates, right? What I do is I end up sending them a link, right? It's not unlike the HST new housing rebate allows individuals to recover some of the GST, right? It's a whole thing. So what I do is, if this were to come up, I would basically send them this link, and I'll put these links in the description below if needed, and I'll just have them go through it because it's detailed. It's certain in certain scenarios, it is how big the reno is going to be. A substantial renovation, I'd want them to go through this and find out this is not hard to go through by any means. It'd be very exciting for them to go through it if they do plan on doing big renos. They have someone, they themselves, they do handiwork, right? They're looking to get in to a house that is dilapidated and they want to fix it up, stuff like that. Just want to mention it because it is something that exists out there and they might want it. Okay, category 3, let's learn how to get you your first-time home buyer clients. And the thing about me is I do keep it real. You're going to see some stuff like I'm a mixture of new school and old school, right? So you're going to see some stuff like that. For those that want to propel your careers extremely fast, right? Refer to the complete buy and sell and the on agent program in the description below. I'll quickly show you a couple things with this. This is what you will be getting. These links in the description below are massive value links. Everything down there is included, right? I know everybody doesn't want to do this stuff, but with what you know, right? With what you know about helping your clients and all of these courses in the description below, you could crush it. Absolutely crush it. And again, this is for people who really, really want to take action. They don't want to wait and they want to get going. Everything will be there for you. I'm even adding a TikTok. I know TikTok, I generally try to advertise to where there's more affluent people. It's just the name of the game, right? You will get a lot of lease clients from TikTok, which is okay for sure. You can make a lot of money working with lease clients, but everything will be here for you. I just want to show you the one thing down here, just so you know it's all included. Everything's here. Everything's included, and I don't know how long this is going to last, but this is the on agent program is yours for that price. However, if you just want to basically a third of the price with that discount link, if you just want to learn how to work with buyers and sellers from A to Z, just get this, right? You are ready to rock and roll. You have a good idea how you're going to do some of your marketing. You but you just need to learn how to do the job, right? You need to learn how to do the job. You're already going to work with first-time home buyers. This is down there for you as well, right? Again, this is for people looking to take massive action. Okay, first, find affordable properties and master your inventory, right? Set up your hot sheets in Matrix slash Realm for a reasonable price point in a few hot areas where first-time home buyers might love. Okay. Hot sheets, this is just going to notify you, right? You are getting to know your inventory. Get into the areas of which the price points of your first time home buyers. They could be anywhere, like pick a suburb, just go as niche as you possibly can and own it. This will be your price point depending on your area that you get familiar with, homes you'll be working with, and know the most about it because this is what you're selling. This is what you're selling. Master your inventory, right? Hot sheets, you set them up in Matrix. If you're watching this and you're still in the Humber College Real Estate Program, don't worry. You will know how to do that stuff. And of course, refer to the buy sell course in the description below if you want to learn how to do that stuff. You want to get ahead of the game, value link for the time being. Okay, most ideal home they'll ask for is a 3-bed, 2-bath. That's what they'll ask for. That's what they hope to get when you're starting. Okay, they might rarely get this, and that's okay. You will refine their criteria and you will get more realistic. They will get more realistic and start to show properties, right? Start to realize what they can actually afford. Stuff like this. It happens all the time with first-time home buyers. Sometimes they do have more money than they say. That's always a pleasant surprise. After that, it could be a 3-bed, 1-bath, 2-bed, 2-bath, attached house, attached, a townhouse, semi-detached, a wide variety of condos. You will start for, they may have more refined of a criteria as well. Again, at the start, I'm trying to get you to visualize the start of working with your first-time home buyers because this is how it goes. They might have a type of backyard, a size backyard, all good. Get all this information down because you never know, right? You kind of, sometimes you're like, okay, for that budget, maybe not. You're thinking it, you know it, but you still get the process going. With first-time home buyers, you got to show them, you got to refine them. Not always, but that's the case, right? They might want an open kitchen, updated, very specific area, and that is okay to start, but they will soon start to learn with you, and the criteria will become more and more refined as your progress searches, right? As you progress in your search. Main point of this whole thing is master your inventory. Step 2, get into the streets of this area, right? Even in that on-agent program, I show you door knocking and cold calling because there are people that really take a ton of action. In those courses, for instance, I show you the YouTube. It doesn't take long to optimize your social media, right? Then you have so many more hours a day to hit the streets. Get out there, start meeting your homeowners, living in your desired inventory. Drop off your postcards and flyers, door hangers. We'll get into some examples now, actually, just fun stuff, right? Well, I have it up here, actually. Let's say, for instance, sorry I missed you, right? So you are in, I'll go back here for a second here because I'll come back to those postcards just to give you an idea of the postcards you can possibly use, right? Make sure they know you're a specialist, the people that you're talking to, at selling homes at this price point as well. Because when you are door knocking and cold calling, in this case door knocking, you are talking to homeowners a lot of the time, right? They own houses. And if it is a first-time home buyer type area, they've never sold, right? So you are kind of becoming the master of a first-time home buyer and a first-time home seller. You can say in a price point, you have many first-time home buyer clients. You will soon, I guarantee it. You will start getting this listings. And once you have a good database of first-time home buyers, you can start double ending, which does result in a lot of money. If you door knock 200 houses a day, right? I know everyone watching this, 5% of people take action. If you be that 5%, the sky's the limit for you, right? If you door knock 200 houses every day with the goal to have in-person conversations with 30 people, right? The other 170 get your drop off. That's 900 conversations a month and 5,100 drop offs. That will get callbacks as well. Those 5,100 will get callbacks. If only 0.5% of those people end up working with you, and I'm just referring to the 900, right? Not this. You could call that 0.25%, 0.1%, right? It's significantly higher than people get to talk to you. I'm going 0.5 here. You could go much higher. You go to 1 to 5%. If only 0.5% of these people end up using you as a real estate agent, that is 4 to 5 new potential clients a month. No one's doing this. You will be miles ahead of other agents 6 months in. It's all a percentage game, right? Have the goal to meet X amount of people every day and let your business grow. Okay. Sorry I missed you. Again, You're door knocking 200. You are looking to get 30 doors open. The other 170 are getting this drop off or something similar. It doesn't really matter too much. I was just in the neighborhood trying to get a bit of information for my first time home buyer clients. There is a ton of interest and demand for your area. I'm a local realtor here in the Kitchener and Waterloo area with two goals, right? And I put Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge up here. And again, that's a bit broad, but if you really get going in this and you're doing this much door knocking, you might find that yes, you can find first time home buyers in this area, first time home buyers in Cambridge. You might have to hit so many streets. So if you are doing this much work, stay broad. If you are not doing this much work, go very, very local. You could literally go into suburbs with your postcards, as in mention the suburb that you're in, because you don't plan on door knocking. You don't plan on doing that much. But I put this up here for the people that plan on doing crazy stuff with two goals: working hard to help my first time home buyers and sellers, making my clients move as enjoyable and as efficient as possible. My name's Callum Moore. If you thought about making the move anytime soon, reach out, put me to work, right? I have that one. I have my buyers missed out, right? Similar stuff. This is when you did have first time home buyers, you put in offers. Unfortunately, it missed out, but there's demand for the area, right? If you've ever thought about making the move or taking advantage of the market in your area, my buyers just missed out on a home. And this is what you're talking to them too about. Like in my scripts in the On Agent program, I talk about these scripts, how like you're never selling, you're just asking them questions, you're just meeting people, finding out information, right? Same thing with two goals. I try to keep things simple. I'm a very numbers person, so I like that. Okay, great stuff there for you to go through. I know it's not for everyone, but that's why I do it. I show it because guess what? It works, and you have time. All right, step 3, short list of topics, ideas. YouTube is by best of far. It's the best platform by far, and nobody wants to do it. It is the hardest to do, and it will make you the most money because like it's not even funny. Instagram and Facebook after that, though, you can make a ton of money from everything works, right? Everything works for sure. You already have great ones for above as far as topic ideas. We just gave you 7. That's 7, right? Always add your area. For instance, Kitchener, Ontario, for example, you have to do I'm going to show you a list in a second, or even a suburb. Be very specific. Do not be broad. You are not going to work with everyone. The real estate agent tries to work with everyone. Will work with no one. You are going to work with first-time home buyers, or if you're door knocking and cold calling first-time home sellers in your area. Okay, let's bring up this 23 video post. Yeah, so this will be in the description below. You can download this. This is 23 video post ideas for first-time home buyers, right? This is half the battle sometimes. People just can't come up with ideas. You got 23 now, and it's all in the description below. Like mentioned, the first 7. This is what we just talked about. You've already learned this, right? Go back through this video and really get it down. To make a video on it, it can be a short video. Obviously, it could be a long video, 4, 5, 6, 7. It could be a 10-minute video, right? Minimum down payment, first-time home buyers, how much you need to make to qualify for what, understanding your closing costs. Then all the incentives. We just talked about it. There's our first 7. Then get into like, I love first-time home buyer guides. If you ever really need an example of a guide, reach out to me as well. I can help you there. I love top neighborhoods, right? Top neighborhoods for first-time home buyers. You see that everything is in Kitchener, and then you put Ontario there as well if you wanted to. First-time home buyer. Long tail keywords at the beginning is what you're going for. You are a small business. You have to start, especially if it's a YouTube channel, you have to start small. Find that niche. People are searching these exact phrases. How to get pre-approved for a mortgage, Kitchener, help them there. First-time home buyer. Hidden costs for first-time home buyers. Common mistakes. Here's a good one here. Why this area, your area, is a great place for first-time home buyers. Why your area is not a great place. This is crazy as a psychological thing. For whatever reason, our brains, our people, maybe people like the world burning or something. I don't know what it is. I definitely don't really click these things, but I know it works as a marketer. Why this area is not good. Like, let's say, for instance, I do a video, 5 reasons why not to join eXp Realty. We'll get more clicks than the 5 reasons to join eXp Realty. It's not even close, right? So you can do that on everything too. Don't do it all the time because it gets kind of annoying. But like top 5 neighborhoods not to live in Kitchener when you're a first-time home buyer. It will get the clicks. Like use these lists, and there's a bunch down here for you all the way to the end here. Okay, I want to talk on these ones because this is what we're going to do a little bit after this. I'm going to show you Instagram, like where you'd want to most likely start, where most people will start, I should say, not where you should. Interest rates updates. You'll want to have stuff that you can always be producing. You can always be producing like interest rate updates, market updates, especially at your lower price point. Imagine your market updates aren't just like the same as everyone's. Yours are first-time home buyer market updates, right? And then your inventory that you're mastering is always going to be changing, right? 3 new properties, 2 new properties. It could be 1 new property. And I'm going to show you some awesome stuff here. Okay, so let's head back over. And let's go into creating content. Okay. So like mentioned, I strongly suggest YouTube. No one's to do it hardest. But one piece of YouTube content, if you create a 7 to 10 minute video on YouTube, it will work for you, right? Just like this video is working for me. How many Callum Moores is there out there on YouTube right now working for me while I work? Nothing will beat YouTube because it's search engine, Google, search engine. Then we have feed, we have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, right? More of a feed. It's gone in a day. You have to feed that animal, almost feed that machine, which is fine. But you can take one piece of long form content, put it on YouTube, working for you evergreen, mini employee of yourself. Cut that up with the AI software I show you to use, right? One video, I say give me 10 to 12 hours a week, and you are one purposed video working for you, and you're cut up on every single other platform. That's fantastic. That's included. YouTube Brand Lead Mastery course is included in the On Agent program. A to Z on everything, not just that stuff. A to Z on setting it up to your channel. I go above and beyond in that course. Most will start Instagram because they just want to get going, right? It takes me what, a minute to make an Instagram video, right? And it's easy. People will always reach for easy, but a lot of money can be made in Instagram, right? And I show you as well to get going, like short reaction videos. I really think reaction videos are fantastic because I like you involved in these videos. The good thing about the style of content is you can keep doing it. Like mentioned, every 2 days, you can post a variation of this, which I'm going to show you, or the same post in different property within your niche, just a different property, right? Creating a content flow checklist, start at the top. You can take any, start at the top. I'll just basically bring this up. You'll read all this in a second. This is your content, creating content checklist. This will help you. Right now, when you're watching this, you're like, I've never even created a content piece in my life. What helps you? A checklist. Choose a topic from the first time homebuyer Google Doc that you now have, that we just went through, those 23. Research and write a small script. I can't undervalue writing scripts. People are like, oh, I'm more of an ad lib type. Okay, fine. But then sometimes they just don't do it, if you know what I mean. It's a daunting fact. I have to make this video, but I don't even know what to do. Write a small script. Use ChatGPT if you want. Take that topic, put it in ChatGPT. I've shown it in other videos of mine. Let it be a routine starter for you, right? Make a video on this closing costs in Kitchener, Ontario that I'm going to talk about. Make me a short script, right? I've done this in previous videos on YouTube, and I do it in my courses as well. From that script, make a video that you're going to edit together. I don't know, that sounds kind of weird right now, but you're going to make, I'm going to kind of show you in a second, but you can make a video within your phone, just like record. Everyone knows how to record on their phone. If you don't, reach out to me, I'll show you, or it's in the course, the Instagram course. Record, you just looking at a video, looking at a house that's for sale, and that's possibly in the area, right? You're making this video. Then you're moving over to the closing costs, right? Then you're moving over to your, like all this stuff you can just have, and you're moving into your phone, and you edit that together. Then you film a reacting to that. You edit, crop, add captions if needed, write an ad copy, right? Your ad copy is needed. I'm going through quick because I have all this stuff for you already, but write ad copy for your post, right? You have a creative and you have an ad copy, right? Just for terminology, right? Your creative is the video, of course. Your ad copy is what the text that's going to go with your Instagram post. Then you move it into Instagram. You can add light music in the background, tweak on Instagram, make the post, rinse and repeat. This is a system. You now have a system of educational interactive videos in place. I'm going to quick show you that right now. Let's move over and I'll jump into my phone. Hey guys, okay, so the app we're going to be using is Detail, right? And if this looks a little weird, I'm going to do my best, but it might start showing up like my voice might be a little off because I'm recording while I'm trying to record on here. You won't have to do that type of stuff. So if it's off a little bit, I'll do my best, but just bear with me on this as I show you this amazing, amazing app. And if it is a different app, if you have your own, fantastic. Apps are always changing. Don't stress on that by any means. But as you can see right now, I'm just in this just beginning stages, right? So you can just you, of course, and I'm just pressing these buttons along the bottom, right? Just beside it, that's picture in picture. Just beside that is half and half. Just beside this is still split, but you're at the top, right? Let's say for the sake, we know what we're doing in this video. We're going to be making a reactive video. We're doing the hardest job that no one wants to do, right? And that way everything else is going to be easy. Within this app right here, once you choose it, you can just start recording as you walk around the house, right? Something like that. And then I'm going to show you some super, super fun stuff as well. let's just basically go into where our process is. So let's go back here, and this is all the stuff you have, right? Reaction video, record together, selfie video, import video, dual camera, and add captions. The add captions portion you can do within each one as well, and we're going to show you. For the sake of this, we're going to go top left. We're going to be reacting to a video, right? This is us, and it goes in and it starts, which video would you like to react to, of course, right? So let's choose the one we have made, right? 47 seconds long, perfect size. Let's choose it. Let's have that uploaded. Okay, then it's kind of going. I think it starts going. Is this the video you want? Yes, perfect. This is the video we want. We want ourselves at the bottom. We want ourselves in the background, right? So we'll press left for okay, and there we are. This is going to be us reacting in this video to what we have. I want to show you one cool thing. So you'll get better at this. You'll get really, really good at this, where you can make your video and literally just react. Just what you see on the screen. You can do it a couple times if you like, but if you're the type of person that really needs that script, guess what, right? I've already sent this to myself. Come over here, send yourself your script if you like, copy it, go back to the app, and what I'm pressing now is the bottom left button above the plus import, right there, right? See how it went to an X? Now it goes back. This is where you can add your captions. Just paste it in here. I've already done it. So just paste it in there, and you will now have your, not captions, sorry, I misspoke. You will have your script in teleprompter mode, right? Super, super cool stuff. That's there, that's ready to go. And now all you do is press record, right? You can read it, affordable properties in Kitchener, let's go. You can read it at the top. I don't know if it's showing that recording for you, but they will show at the end. Go through the whole thing, gorgeous balcony, right? And again, you can read this or you can just react. You will need a down payment of $35,000. You will also have to take in consideration your land transfer tax. If you are a brand new agent, it will be less. Let me know on that. If you plan on traveling right to Toronto, it is 1 hour, 9 minutes. And there are, of course, I know what's coming next, there are GO trains as well if needed, right? Reach out to me. I'm Callum Moore. If you want a similar property to this, similar price point, DM, email, comment on this video. I get back to everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Done. That is now your reaction video that saves. I'll show you where it saves. So we'll head back over to, because now that's saved, and you can kind of let it play, and you can go through the whole thing. I don't want to let it play because it'll kind of go over my voice, right? But if we go back over here, we can see here's our video now. You can read it, of course, watch it, right? I don't want to let it play because I think maybe it'll start talking over my voice. But now you come down here and let's start adding some stuff to it, right? You can do as much as you want. You can jazz it up. It looks perfect to me how it is, but I'm just scrolling across the bottom. If you can see me scrolling, I'm just heading over to captions, right? Let's get them to start generating these captions. And again, if you have another app for this, by all means use it. If you like to use the Instagram built in, again, by all means. I'm just showing you a couple extra stuff. You definitely want the captions, right? We know how it is. People are scrolling, you're interrupting their day. Some people won't be turning volume on all the time. You want your captions. And you can see up there, it's already generated them. On one like this, because I actually really like this, where it's just like the nice bold in the background, and you can change the color, green, go through all your colors, make sure it's on style or on brand for yourself. But something like this where it's kind of hard to see because it's on top of a real image, I'd probably use something like that, right? Let it pop off the screen a bit more so they can really hear you reading, right? And then now you have your captions, you have your reaction video, you just top right hand, export, send it over, move it into your photos for now, then move it straight into Instagram. Okay, guys, let's continue on this process. Okay, guys, so I really hope this helped. And as mentioned, everything is in the description below. I know this is a rare video for me, but I'm liking these type of tutorial type videos where I can really help people. It's kind of what I would have wanted, right? So again, both links in the description below, and everything else I've talked about in this video as well will be down there for you to use. If this is your first time, if you're a niche, if this is going to be your niche, fantastic. Let me know in the comments below. You can also DM, email, comment on this video. I get back to everyone. My name is Callum Moore, eXp Realty real estate broker here in Ontario. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.